Hello and welcome back to the Bowling Sisters. The sisters are back, and today we are talking about our weekend Saturday review. We've had about 7 games, and I should tell you what. What should I tell you about it? What a cracker of a Saturday we've had. When you look at United playing Southampton, Chelsea, Leicester was a edge-to-edge game. You had Leeds, Brighton. Oh, all the way. You had Arsenal winning in the added time, stoppage time. You had Liverpool wrecking havoc to Bournemouth. We'll talk about all of those things, and most of all, the first hat trick for somebody on the blue side of Manchester, and that was second half. So starting off, we had the first game kickoff and the early kickoff of Manchester United going to Saints, and it was a cagey affair. A lot of expectations from Manchester United that they'll be pressing in the similar manner, and so they did. The back end, the team remained more or less the same. Just Fred was not playing this time around. Most of the team was same. We had the back two combination, the best defense combination as of now, which Manchester United have had. Fernandez was lucky; he scored. Ronaldo was again on the bench. There was no space for Harry Maguire, and that continued. And that continued for a brief period of time, and that I believe will continue further as well. For Manchester United, Bruno Fernandes scored a good goal with a passing from Diego Dallo. That is what is an Eric Ten Hag team. Very compact, very precise, exact movements which were required. So that is what happened with United and Southampton. A lot of not so many talking points because we all know how United played and the movement from win to end to end. The defense was all over there. The butcher from Amsterdam had his day again, and he gave a man of the match performance yesterday as well. He was right there in the midst of the whole thing. Moving from United versus Southampton, let's go to Stamford Bridge. At Stamford Bridge, we had Leicester who had come in, and at halftime, it was again an end-to-end game. A red card for Chelsea, Conor Gallagher, unlucky for the first yellow, and second one again. If you put your foot down on a break, and if you are not the last defender, but you're trying to break the play, you obviously going to get a red card. I don't think so. Any Chelsea fan is going to have a question on the red card. But yes, there was a penalty shout in the second half, which was overturned for offside of Kai Havertz. Other than that, an end-to-end game. What a game! 45 minutes what it produced, the second 45 also lived up to the same repertoire. With Chelsea being 10 man down, they did a chopping and changing, but then came in Reece James and Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling came to the party yesterday, and he came out smiling, bowling, spitting fire, and it showed on the pitch. Sterling scored a brace yesterday, back-to-back goals from Raheem Sterling. A lot of concise, a lot of compactness from Thomas Tuchel's team is required at the back. In my opinion, they did have yeah, had Harvey Barnes who scored a brilliant shot, and it showed, and it showed that what kind of a game we had yesterday. Leicester and Chelsea had a KG affair with Fofana's transfer happening. I thought it is going to be a Brendan Rodgers team still needs to find that answer for Leicester City right now. And right now, I'm not seeing Leicester giving out that kind of a spitting fire answer currently. Moving from Leicester, let's go to the Amex Stadium between Leeds and Brighton. All the games yesterday were end to end, like me and sister had thought about and discussed. It was going to be a KG affair again. Leeds and Brighton end to end. Leeds there, Brighton is on a very topsy turvy running marathon, which they have. They've been running around at the top of the table. This, I believe, they're third right now behind Manchester City. Um, what a performance from Graham Potter's team. You expect that kind of a performance from Graham Potter and his team, and that showed. It showed for Graham Potter and his team that the kind of performance they put in. I don't think so. There is anything left to say in Graham Potter's team. The way they put across Pascal Gross is now becoming more center. With the like with once Cucurella has gone, Pascal Gross has become more in the central aspect of for uh, Brighton, and he's the central point now. And that showed a compact performance, 66-minute goal from Gross. Brilliant performance. We said a player to watch out yesterday was Pascal Gross for Brighton and for Leeds to be very wary of him. But unfortunately, that was not the case. Leeds, but still losing out 1-0 just to Brighton was a great case. Moving from Brighton, we go to Brentford, where Brentford was hosting Everton, and Frank Lampard was still searching for a lot of answers, and that is what I believe they did take the read from one of the targets for Chelsea again. But Brentford did come back, and they came back strong. It was at the end of the day, honors were even on that side as well in Brentford. But the way Frank Lampard and his team played, I believe a lot more is required, especially in the last 10-15 minutes where Brentford well, they gave too much respect. They should have been there and closing out the game. The killer instinct for Everton right now is not there. We discussed about the firepower which Everton requires. Right now, I feel that the defensive and the firepower is missing. And you saw if you saw yesterday, this is the reason I believe Chelsea is after Anthony Gordon. The kind of push he brings in from the wings as well, and that will give Chelsea more dynamicism, which is required on the left side or the right side, wherever Anthony Gordon is going to be playing for Chelsea. And I feel that is the case which is going to be happening uh, in at Everton. Quite a lot of effort is required over there. Let's move from Brighton to Etihad Stadium. Sorry, from Brentford to Etihad Stadium, and what a game we had. I believe we all talked about Crystal Palace having Manchester City's number, and in the first 45 minutes, it showed that they did have that number. By the end of the half, I believe they were 2-1. But the second half, magic of Erling Haaland and the team for Pep Guardiola, the kind of defense they have, the kind of depth they have, they showed the quality why they are currently the Premier League champions, and they are gunning in for a quad this season as well. And this is the depth which shows for players like Erling Haaland. We've got Bernardo Silva, you've got Kevin De Bruyne, you've got you name it, you've got Cancelo at the back, you've got you've got Diaz at the back, you've got I said Bernardo Silva is there, you've got Fernandinho is there, who's there. You got a lot of structure, a lot of Pep Guardiola team, the depth which is there. This is what matters in a Pep Guardiola team, and I think so. Crystal Palace lost slight way with even though no qualms about the kind of game they played yesterday, but 4-2 after winning, after leading off, after leading for a long period of time. It was very important for Crystal Palace to come back and take that lead again, take that two goal cushion. But unfortunately, they were not able to do so with Zaha not being there. It became very difficult for them in that structure. Moving from city of Manchester or the Etihad Stadium, let's go to Anfield where there was a drubbing. It was bloodbath. It was bloodbath for Bournemouth. It was just outpour of blood from the moment it started. 30 minutes, you're 3-0 up. By halftime, you're 5-0 up. By the end of the game, you are 9-0 up. Luis Diaz, top of the game. Bobby Firmino came to the party. Unfortunately, Mohamed Salah didn't perform. He didn't even have a goal in yesterday's game. But on the other hand, he was a great team player. He did have chances. He did have crucial chances, but he was unable to take care of those. Trent Alexander-Arnold was in the party. We had Virgil van Dijk who was in the party. We had Robertson who was in the party. But the only person missing was Mohamed Salah. And sorry for people who are watching Mohamed Salah and captained him for the FPL. And somebody like me who did it, he blanked again. And so what? But then overall, Liverpool had a game plan. They came out firing. They came out with vengeance. They came out to give an answer. And Bournemouth was that answer. Got that answer. I feel bad for it. I really remember I was seeing this meme yesterday or today early in the morning that what I saw was if you remember Tom and Jerry, you had that bulldog And when Jerry hits him with a bat at his bum and then hands over the bat to Tom, is the same thing. Manchester United was that Jerry. He hit Liverpool, who was the dog, and they handed over to Bournemouth, and they got the bashing of the lifetime. That is what happened. I think so. That is the best I can sum it up. I can sum it up in this scenario. Other than that, the last game of the night was Fulham playing Arsenal, the London derby, and it came out what was expected. Certain defensive mistakes. Mitrovic took that charge. He put pressure on Arsenal, and he scored the first goal. After that, Odegaard took it back in the second half, and and then in the 92nd minute, the resilience, the drive to win, the drive to have that 4 games in a row winning mentality. After a long time, I've seen the drive in Arsenal and Arsenal players, and that continued. It showed. Yesterday, it showed the kind of drive they have. This young blood which Arsenal has what it takes to become one of them, one of the top leagues. They are right now 4 games unbeaten, 12 points, top of the table. Everything which an Arsenal fan would ever dreamt for. It is happening, boys. That Arsenal is at the top of the table. Arsenal is on top. They are unbeaten as of now, the only team to go unbeaten, winning 4 out of 4. I don't think so. Anything else is required. Even though the other teams have drawn, but then winning percentage for Arsenal right now is 100%. That is what I feel. We do have another round off coming in on Sunday evening. We catch you guys. So stay in touch, and I'll meet you guys again for the Sunday review. Do like, share, subscribe, enable the notification, and do let us know what you like in our videos and what do you think, how this review went, and how do you think the Saturday's game went. Do let us know. And on the future of Frank Lampard, how will Liverpool play? How is Manchester performing? Do let us know all in the comment section below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Adios.